Hello friends. So I forget what number video this is. Trying to transition my hair from dark brown to silver white. It's taken me 6 months to get where I'm at. And you're probably looking at me saying, you are making no progress. That's because, as you know, if you've been watching my previous videos, I am hiding what's happening on my head because I'm wearing a wig. Well, I've made it through summer and survived that okay, and now the weather is cooling and it's fall season, and so it's not so bad wearing a wig. It'll give me an extra head covering for wearing a wig over the winter. But I must admit, this is no easy process. This is not an easy transition. And I've had, second thoughts and try to, I would love to for this to happen a lot faster. Although most people don't know that I'm wearing a wig, it's really working very well. People just think it's my normal hair, and that's great. But I do want to share this, a couple things. In wearing a wig, it makes my head hurt because there are combs that have to push in to hold it in place so it doesn't slip off the back of my head. And that I have a very sensitive scalp. I actually don't feel it when I'm wearing it. It's when I get home and I take off the wig and then I feel the tenderness on my head. And like, this has taken forever. It's almost time for the grandbaby to be born, and I would like to hurry up the process, and I thought, well, okay, maybe I'll just frost my hair, frost it and just let it grow natural. Or maybe, if I'm going to go to the trouble of chemically having my hair frosted, why don't I just do the whole thing? So I went to the beauty shop and I inquired about the process. And what I learned, they're going to have to bleach my hair if I want to go white. What they do to help with the bleaching is they give a lot of conditioning afterwards. But here's the problem. They wouldn't be able to make it completely white. I'd come out with more of a blonde. I cannot imagine myself as a blonde. Because I have long hair. I mean, this is my wig, but my real hair is the same length. They asked me, do you want to keep your length? And I said, yes, I like long hair. And she said, well, then the best thing we can do, it might take 2 or 3 times. If we can get you to a blonde, then it will transition a lot easier than going from dark brown to white. I don't know if I even like that idea. A blonde? Me, a blonde? Now, I was a blonde. I was born a blonde. But that only stayed for maybe the first several months of my life, and then by the time I was 3, I know for a fact my hair was dark brown. So I can't imagine myself blonde. And I said, well, if it's going to be like that, then I could just lighten it myself with hydrogen peroxide. I've already tried that out, and it did lighten it some, and I could just, if I have enough warm, sunny days that I can spend time outdoors, I could just gradually lighten it. So I said, oh, me a blonde, I just can't imagine that. Now I know why most older women have short hair, because it's a whole lot easier to do this transition if you have short hair, because you could just cut off all of that length, all of that color. I don't want to have short hair. I cannot imagine myself with short hair. I really like my long hair. I have a broad face, and it's just nice to have hair, so it kind of frames my face better. If I have short hair, I'm going to look fatter. So, I don't know. So I said, okay, well, I'll think about it. So I've thought about it, and I said, no, I'm not going to go that route. It's going to take 2 or 3 treatments, and then I'm just going to be a blonde. And then it will gradually grow out. So I said, oh, forget it. I'll just keep wearing wigs. So in the meantime, what I'm doing is I'm only coloring the very front while I'm letting this grow out. And I will show you I will show you how much progress I've made in 6 months. So you can kind of see I've been coloring around the front so the front stays dark, but back here you can see the roots, and when I pull out my bands you can see it's a little difficult for me to hide this anymore, but there it is. I am a skunk. So I have about maybe 1.5 inches, and it would have been more, except that I at one time had yellow roots and I hated it, so I colored it to start all over. But yeah, I think the best thing is for me to just let it grow and keep wearing my wigs. Parts of it you could see that it's a little bit lighter, where I used some hydrogen peroxide. So I may gradually lighten it a little bit. I'm going to plan on going out in the sun tomorrow and see if I can't lighten up some of this. But I don't need to go have my hair bleached. I'm just worried about it destroying my hair. But yeah, you can see how I cannot go like this, because that just looks too weird. It kind of looks like I got a bald spot on the top of my head. But maybe when there's enough of it, I might not mind it so much. Or if I find another way to style it where I can actually go with my own hair, maybe. But meanwhile, I'll stick with my wigs. I'm not going to have my hair colored. I'm not going to have it frosted. I'm just going to stick with what I'm doing. I'm going to stick with the wigs. It'll be alright during the winter. I've got, extra covering on my head, which might be kind of nice to combat the cold weather, so that'll be fine, and it won't be kind of comfortable, and I guess I'll have to put up with the tenderness that my head feels whenever I am home. And maybe by summer I will have enough white that I could pull it all up in a bun, and maybe put a white, if I could find me a white bun to put over the bun for the summer. I don't know, but I'll let you know. This is what my hair looks like when I pull it up. It's got kind of white and some light brown, and you can kind of see streaks from the white showing through. I hope that by me sharing the struggles that I've gone through, the choices, the things that I've looked into, the options, I hope that it might help you to decide what you want to do. You might opt to cut your hair all off because it'll be shorter. It'll shorten the process. I don't want to go that way. I hope I don't have to go that way. So in the meantime, I'm going to keep growing my hair out and hiding it with the wig until I'm ready to actually live with my hair in its natural state. I guess this is going to take me quite a while. When I make another change, I will do another video and share with you. So until next time, that's where I'm at.